This is Maria from Crochet A to Z, and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button, and please also push the like button because it does help get the algorithms out there so everyone can find this channel. So now this is block number 4, part 6, and we're going to finish off this block. It's going to be really like all the other blocks. All the blocks finish the same way, basically. So I'm going to show you just how easy this is to do. And again, we are doing block number 4, part 6 of the Christmas Afghan series. Now again, this does not have to be a Christmas Afghan. You can make it any colors you want, any color pattern you choose. So the thing is, you can use some of these blocks, you can use all of these blocks, whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever design you want to do. Or you can use all the blocks. The stitches are fantastic in every block. So you can take these stitches and use them in other projects that you might have coming up. So again, I'm going to show you just how easy this is to finish off block number 4, part 6. This is where we finished off last week, and we needed to do the puff stitch. And then after that, I said we need to not fasten off, or you can fasten off, and all you have to do is do a whip stitch and whip stitch these together. Now we've done the whip stitch and other blocks that we did, so it's the same way. And I'm going to show you this portion, because now we have this where we have our cable, but we still need to add this to it. We need to add this to it, and we're going to whip stitch this together. So I'm going to get my yarn here, and I'm going to need my and you want to cut enough off, and I'm going to need my needle. What you can do is you can just put a little knot here. And again, we're going to whip stitch these two together. But what we're going to do is when we put these two together, we're going to do it because we want to do a whip stitch, but we want to work in these back loops because we want to end up with this nice little border. We want to end up with this nice little border. So that's why we want to put these two together, and you're going to face them facing, the right side is going to face each other. And you can tell the right side because you have, there's your V-stitch on your beautiful cable stitch. And this you can tell because see the ridge that's formed here? So that's your right side. You're going to face those two together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your needle and you're going to put it in this back edge. And you're going to put these together. And this is from the back end. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen when you put those two together. So again, we're going to go in. And this is, we're working the wrong side. And we're going to go in this back part of this. And we're just going to whip stitch this together. And I always leave this a little long because what I do is I work this in afterwards. So we're just going to go right back and forth. Right to the end. And like I said, there's that back part. So you're going to go right back and forth. Here it is again. This is the back loop. And again, this is the wrong side of your Afghan right here. So now if you turn this like this, see the ridge is starting to show? That's what you want to do. You want that ridge to show. So we're going to continue this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the other side. Now we're getting to the very end, and if you notice, here is your ridge. And like I said, we're at the almost the very end, and we really worked with the back bar so that we would achieve that ridge. And we wanted to achieve it all the way down. All the way to the end and all the way down. I want to grab enough for this because I want to make that really secure at the end. Probably going to go in there one more time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this little loop, put my needle through it, pull it real tight. I'm going to do it one more time because I want to make sure that it's nice and tight. Put my needle in there again. Pull this right through. And then I'm going to make a long enough tail so that I can weave that in. Long enough tail to weave in. And now you're going to see, and again, this is the wrong side. And when you flip it, there's the right side and there's your beautiful ridge right across. So now what's going to happen is we want to work all around this. We want to work all around this to finish it off. And what we're going to do is and there's going to be single crochets. So what's going to happen is we're going to start in this corner. And from this corner to this corner, you want to make 16 total single crochets. You want to make sure that in that first corner you have a single crochet and then 15 more. So you want to have 16. In this next spot, we want to make a single crochets again. We want to make 28 single crochets across and a 29th single crochet in this corner. So we want to have 29 across. We're going to go down the side and we want to make 22 single crochets down the side. 22 single crochets. Then you want to make 6 single crochets where the cable stitch is, 6 in that spot. Then we're going to go down and we want to make 15 single crochets and the 16th here, so you're going to have 16 in all. Then we're going to go this way and we're going to make 15 single crochets across. Once we do that, we want to go here, and right here we want to make 28 single crochets across. 28. Then we're going to turn this around, and in this corner we're going to make a single crochet and 15 more. A single crochet and 15 more, so you'll have 16 here. We're back to our cable and we want to make 6 single crochets across. We're going to go to this side, and this is the last part because you started right here. You're going to make 22 single crochets, and after you do that, you're going to join. You will have a total of 176 single crochets all around this square, or this block, I should say. And that will be the first row that you're doing here. So just follow those numbers all the way around, and I'll meet you for the last half of this row. I want to also mention that when you do the border, and each corner where you made that corner stitch, put a stitch marker there. Put a stitch marker in every corner. So now once you're done, you have your stitches, your single crochet stitches right around. And like I said, at the end of the day, when you're done with this, you're going to have 176 single crochets. You can break them down the way I did, or you can just do 176 right around. That's up to you. So now once we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch that end together like I just did. And now we're going to chain, because this is going to be our last row. And each corner, put a stitch marker so that we know that's our corner. Now once we slip stitch that corner together, after we finished our last single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and chain 2. That chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. So once we chain 2, we're going to put a half double crochet, and we're going to do it in the back loop only of this stitch. So we're going to put another half double crochet where that chain 2 is. That counts as a half double crochet. And then we're going to do a half double crochet in every stitch across. But we're going to work, and I'm going to show you, the back loop of the single crochet from the row before. So not this loop, this loop. And we're going to put our half double crochet in every stitch across in the back loop. And it's going to give you this little fancy edging to it by doing that. And we're just going to continue to do this to the very, very end of this row until we get to that stitch marker. Now, I did not take that first stitch marker off, and I'll show you why afterwards, but the first one I've left on there. So again, a half double crochet in the back loop only. After we're done with this block, we will be continuing to the next block, and that's block number 5. But this is block 4, part 6. And what it is finishing off this block. And I want to show you this part because this is going to be, corners are going to be repeated. What we do in each corner is going to be repeated all the way around. And that's why those stitch markers are important. So here's one corner. So in this corner, we're going to put 1, 2, and 3 half double crochets. 3 half double crochets. And then we're going to go right around again. Right in here. Back loop only. Back loop. Nothing's going to change. And when we do those 3 half double crochets, we're going to do them in the back loop only. And now we're going to go right around, and in each corner, we're going to do 3 half double crochets in each of the next corners that come up. And I will meet you when we get to where we started. So again, in every corner where you have your stitch marker, you're going to put 3 half double crochets. Meet you at the very end of this, and we will finish this off and fasten off. At the very end, and where we started, and we did a chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, and then we did another half double crochet in that same spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in that same area, and we're going to put another half double crochet, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in that chain 2 so that we can bring that all together. And we're going to fasten off and make it long enough so that you can work that and weave it all in. And then we'll do that. And then we can take out our stitch marker. And this is the border for block number 4. This is the beautiful border. And if you see, because we worked in that back loop of that single crochet from below, you get this little ridging. And I'll show you on here as well. You can see it on here. You get that little ridging because I'm making it in 2 different styles. But I want to always have a block already finished if I can. So if time permits me. So here is the ridging. Here it is right here. And it just gives a nice finished look after the single crochet. Then you do the half double crochets all the way around. In each corner, you do 3 half double crochets. When you start, you do a chain 2 and then a half double crochet in that same spot. Then you'll go all the way around in each corner, do 3 half double crochets. When you get to the very first spot where we started, where that chain 2 is, then you're going to put another half double crochet there, and then you're going to fasten off like we just did. And this is block number 4, part 6. That was block number 4, part 6, all finished. And all we wanted to do was finish off the border with single crochets all the way around, 176 single crochets all the way around. And then after we did that and finished that off, you don't fasten off, you put your second row, which is all half double crochets. You start at the first corner that you start, you chain 2, that's your first half double crochet. You put a second half double crochet right where that chain 2 is. Then you go all the way around and you do 3 half double crochets in every corner all the way around. And then once you get back to here where you made your chain 2 and your half double crochet, you're going to put another half double crochet there, and then you will fasten off. And this is your finished block for block number 4, part 6, and this is your finished block because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that row is your 6th part, and you're all finished with block number 4. So we'll be moving on to block number 5. The stitches are going to be gorgeous. The block is going to be just as beautiful as every block that we're making is. Maria from Crochet A to Z, thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Love you all. Bye-bye.